Hello, Krish here again. Wanted to make a quick video about how to use the annotation tool available within the Zoom application. As you can see here, when you start a class or start a meeting, the control window that you're seeing here will show up on the host's computer. The audience who are part of this or the non-hosts will not be seeing this window. So only you can see the window, or I should say, only the hosts of the meeting can see and control this window. So in your class, even though this particular command control appears right in your face, it doesn't show like this on your students' computers. So what is annotation all about? Don't you wish sometimes that you had something to write on or highlight something important? Uh, for example, let's say I can move my mouse and you can see that I'm pointing to something, but maybe you wanted something more glamorous, something to catch the attention of the students. That's what the annotation tool does. So as part of this control bar, you can see the Annotate tool right here. So when you click on it, another window here shows up. I don't know if, hope you can see this, but it looks like this. And I don't know if there you go. So you can place it wherever you want. I kind of placed it here for now behind a white background so that you can see the different tools that are available within the Annotate toolbar. Um, to control while in annotation mode, to control the mouse, that's the default. You click the mouse and so the pointer behaves like a mouse. And then if you want to write something, yeah, you can always hit the text bar and then right there on the screen, I can say something, this is important or not important or something that you can write as text. Normally what I would do, I'll have a PowerPoint slide, like this to capture all my writings in case I needed to, so that the students can see what's going on. For example, geez, go to my mouse setting. It's not working well there. So I'll close the ribbon. So it gives me a little bit more space in here. And so if I'm uh, explaining a concept, and if I want to draw something, so I can use the draw and use the different kinds of pens and pen thicknesses. If I want to draw freehand, I'll use the little squiggly line and then I can draw something here. Now, obviously, when you're trying to draw with the mouse, it comes really ugly. But again, if there is something that you wanted to underline and point something like that, so you can use a mouse. But if you have a writing tablet or an iPad or something connected, then you can probably use that to write on and it'll show brilliantly. But I'm going to demonstrate this with just a regular mouse for the purposes of this demo. And other things that you can also use, again, remember, you're not writing on this PowerPoint slide. This PowerPoint slide is providing a backdrop so that what I write becomes visible. In fact, I can if I wanted to close this PowerPoint, obviously I'm still on my pointer here, pencil here. So I go to my mouse setting, switch to the mouse, and then I can close the PowerPoint. And you will notice that the drawing still remains. So it is drawn on the screen and not on a particular application. Okay, that's something to note as well. So it's difficult to save this on PowerPoint, and that's why we have this save button. Okay, so anything that you draw can be saved away differently. And so when you close the PowerPoint and if you don't see your artwork in there, it's not because it didn't save it, it's because it's a screen capture and not on your PowerPoint slide. We'll come to the save in just a moment while I show you some of the other highlights. Let's say in my class I wanted to highlight this particular how to navigate this class. So rather than using my mouse, I could probably use the stamp feature, like with the arrow in there. So let's talk. Yeah, select the arrow, and then I can go click here. There you go. Meet your instructor, and I can point to wherever I want. Okay, and it'll always draw that. Or if you're interested in a different um, type of a stamp, you can do There you go. Once that's done, I can put a check mark against it. Okay, so something to make it clear that you're drawing an annotation. It'll be ugly if I were to draw the same thing with a freehand, and it look at that, and it's kind of ugly. So they have these pre-built stamps in there. And let's say you something you might want to not do something. You can just go click that. There you go. Let's not navigate this course. Let's not go to week one, or not that you don't want to do that, but you get the idea there. Spotlight. So this is more like a laser pointer. You may have seen this in YouTube or something. So you can spotlight. Hey, look at this here. So it draws the attention of the audience, of your students, to where you are pointing. So that's what the spotlight is. The spotlight can also be like an arrow, like a big arrow. So like that. Um, so you can pick different things, in like heart. Like for example, you definitely want to see how great your instructor is. Yeah, that's a heart sign right there, whatever. So you can put text in there, you can draw stuff in there. And if you want to draw other shapes, for example, you can say, remember, all of these dates are important, something like that. And if you want to grab this artwork that you just drew here, it's a little off balance in here, you can go select. And then you select it, and then you tend to move it a little bit right there. So that's the select button in there. And if you are, you work through all the annotations, it's just an overall mess in there, you can just go hit the clear button, and it'll show you which of these you want to clear. Remember, you can also give permissions to your students or non-hosts to also annotate. If they have a question, they can also annotate if you give them permission to do that. Okay. By default, they don't have permission to annotate on your screen because that'll be interruptive. And if they accidentally start drawing hearts and checks and crosses, and it may not be a good idea, distraction more than often. So you can decide if you want to give permissions to students if they want to annotate. Maybe allocate a certain time for question and answers, and then you can go down here to the menu, and then you can disable annotation for others or enable, depending on what you want. And you can also select this. It says show names of annotators. So if I click this, look at what happens in here when I try to draw something. Let's say here. It's not showing it well, but normally what will happen is it'll suffix my name underneath it. I don't know why it's not showing up here. It bombed out. It says, Well, it's supposed to, and it's not working. I don't know why. So if there are multiple people who are annotating because you've given everyone permission, the name of the person who's annotating will show up in there. So which is kind of useful sometimes. Other times it's annoying. So I normally disable that. And excuse me, hide names of annotators. So if you want others to, for a brief moment, you can enable it and disable it. And you know after the time period is over, you can again disable that and go back to your normal class. Okay, and so if you want to clear specific drawings, you have a choice of one or three choices here. Clear all drawings, including yours. Clear just your drawings because you're done with yours and you want your students now to mark on, let's say, a math problem or something. Or clear viewer's drawing. So you're done with a collaborative session kind of thing, and you want to clear out all your students' drawings and maintain or keep yours. That's the third option there. Most of it is pretty self-explanatory. You can change the color of your drawing artwork. So if you want it to be red, there you have it. It's red. You can play with it. If you want to erase a particular let's say this arrow here, there you go. It'll erase all of these and some of the annotations and all that, pretty much like a drawing thing. And then here, where do you want to save annotations? When you go save it, it'll save this entire thing as a file. So saved as PNG, show in folder. Okay. And there it is. It's oh, let me go clear all my drawings. and this is where it saved it. Let me go back to my mouse setting here. And you can see now it captured the entire screen with all the annotations and so forth. Okay, it's kind of pretty cool. So I hope this helped in managing the annotations. Again, just to let you know, students do not see this bar or this bar. Only when you enable annotations will they be able to drop down from a bar that looks similar to this on their screen. They can do the annotations, and a box like this will show up on their computers, and they can start annotating. Hope this helps. Thank you.